Hello, I'm Commander Exegius, and today we'll be looking at power management. A more advanced feature that is overlooked by many new commanders, proper power management can be the difference between using various loadouts or escape if things go badly. Let's look at the impacts of power management and how to use it correctly. There are 5 levels of priority available, with level 5 only displaying if something is set to level 4. Power priorities handle what modules stay powered on if our total usage is over 100%, and they decide what modules stay powered in the event our power plant malfunctions. Let's start with an example to make sure we understand the basics of prioritization. To make things easier, let's assign various modules to each level based on module type. For our example, we're going to be looking at an unengineered combat vulture, as its weak power plant makes this essential, built in the description below. Starting with priority 1, we'll set the modules that are necessary to keep us alive: thrusters, life support, and sensors. Notably, we won't include frameshift drive here, more on that shortly. For priority 2, we'll add our defensive systems. Shield generator, shield boosters, chaff, and heat sinks would all land here. For level 3, we'll add our offensive systems. In this case, our pulse laser, multi-cannon, and kill warrant scanner. If we were running collector, prospector, or hatchbreaker limpets, or a fighter bay, we would also include those modules here. For our combat build, we're going to also set our distributor to level 3, as we technically don't need that to stay alive, but certainly want it for combat. Level 4 is our frameshift drive and only our frameshift drive. The reason is, if we have enough power to run our weapons and frameshift drive, we'll get both. If not, we'll still get our weapons. While having to wait 10 seconds for our FSD to come back online isn't great, usually you can easily plan around this by leaving an engagement before it's too late. With power being so limited in the Vulture, we won't be able to have it powered on while our hardpoints are deployed. For our final level, level 5, we'll put everything else. Everything we don't need while in combat. FSD interdictor, fuel scoop, SRV bay, discovery scanner, and cargo hatch. The exception would be the cargo hatch may need to be on level 3 if we're using limpets and need it open while our weapons are deployed. However, for our Vulture, that isn't the case. Next, let's look at my engineered bi-weave hull tank Alliance Chieftain, build linked below. For this example, power management isn't strictly necessary as we're under 100% usage, but we want to make sure we have our critical systems in priority 1 using under 40% of our total power. The reason is when our power plant takes damage and malfunctions, it will only generate 40% of its normal power output. For this build, we can set our frameshift drive to priority 1, as that way we would still have it available if our power plant malfunctions. That could mean the difference between surviving an encounter and death if we had to escape. The key information here is the 40% power generation if our power plant malfunctions, which can start to happen once integrity drops below 70%. As the in-game tools don't make this apparent, you can use one of the online shipbuilding utilities to ensure that level 1 is below that 40% threshold. For most ships, that means thrusters, sensors, and life support. For engineered ships, you can almost always include your FSD in that priority. While not every ship or build requires power management, it's something I suggest you get in the habit of as part of outfitting and fire group management. Setting proper power priorities not only ensures all your weapons function when you deploy them, but may save you if your power plant takes damage. As always, this has been Commander Exegius, reminding you to fly dangerously, and thanks for watching.